I will never, under any circumstances, stand side by side with that tyrant Roman Reigns. I will not do it. I will not do it. And you've got no idea how much that hurts me to say. It hurts me in here for a lot of reasons.
Said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
What is going on? Welcome to No Chill Promos. How y'all doing? Hope y'all on a blessed Tuesday for watching this. 4 o'clock in for this week's shift for Monday Night Raw. Just gotta do a quick shout out to all subscribers to the channel and to the followers on Rumble. Still at 303, and it's crazy on me. I'm like just 700 away from 1,000. That's nuts, which I'll hit that at some point from the looks of it next year. It's insane. Absolutely insane. I thank you. I thank each and every one of you guys that continue to watch the content, support it, like it, comment, all that good stuff, man. I truly appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into this shit. It's exactly what this show is. Shit. Garbage or shite. Wherever it is you come from or whatever region you're watching this from, it's just garbage, okay? And how do they start off Raw this week doing the same exact shit that they do every single fucking week? Where we see random ass wrestlers walking into the building. And first this time we see Heisenberg from Resident Evil 8, or looking like a character from fucking Wednesday, that show. I haven't seen it, but I imagine there's a character that looks just as goofy as this clown right here. Fuck's he wearing, man? Like he somehow surpassed his wife when it comes to worst outfits. Easily, it's not even close. Next, we see the top dog, Big Bronson Reed, looking like a Matrix character. Then we have Sheamus, who's been wearing the same outfit for the past 2 years. And then there's LeBron Breaker, looking like he's ready for those 2 days here on Raw. So first we get a promo from Liv Morgan. She just says, I don't really give a fuck what she says, to be honest. She just says, I'm not alone. She brings out Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae, who somehow managed to make it on this team. Well, we know how. That's Triple H. The Pelican himself made it so. Alright, they come out. And the look on Nia Jax's face is how I feel. It's like, why is this happening? And who thought this was a good idea? Just a random women's War Games match with little to no build-up. You know what I mean? It's essentially just Team Liv versus Team Rhea. I'm so fucking sick and tired of this fucking storyline between these two, man. And you got people saying like, oh, this is Liv's best work. Well, her best work is still fucking mid. Alright? How the fuck I'm supposed to get behind this shit when it's literally the same fucking shit week after week after week? I don't understand these people, man. I really fucking don't. But Nia Jax comes out. She says to Raquel, like, I don't like you, I don't dislike you, and your champ here doesn't give 2 fucks about you. Liv, I damn sure don't like you, but I don't dislike you. I just don't give 2 fucks about you. But I do care about Jade, Bianca, and Naomi. I can't stop thinking about you. I say that in that cadence because that's exactly how that shit came off. It's like, who approves this shit? Or the answer to that too. Triple H. Like how do you like listen to this shit and watch this shit and think to yourself that this is such good shit? Yeah, like this shit's terrible. It's fucking terrible. It's 2B level of acting here, right? Garbage, complete gutter trash. We fast forward, we see Jade, Bianca, and Naomi. They come out looking wonderful. Bianca says, "Well, we didn't come alone either." And then they bring out Io Sky, who somehow manages to be on good terms with Jade Bianca, even though these two were just feuding 2 weeks ago. Again, this shit makes no fucking sense. but just stick with me here, all right? Fast forward, and I get to the ring. Right? Liv says that you guys are retarded and you can't count because there's 5 of us, there's 4 of you, right? And big ups to the cameraman for this angle right here, because like that's a yeah, Like fast forward, we see Marilyn Manson coming out, aka Rhea Ripley. She's out there for the beautiful people. So she goes, she says, War Games, headbutts, fucking Liv Morgan, and then they fight. And we're supposed to be excited that the match is happening next week. And I don't get 2 fucks because I'm not watching. I will say this. That's the best I've seen Raquel Rodriguez look ever. Like, she's looking decent tonight. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. Alright, but the rest of this shit, and of course Bianca and Naomi always look good. And Io as well. Alright. Tiffany as well. I mean, Nia has her moments, and I don't give 2 fucks about Candice LeRae. I don't know how the fuck she's still here, and yeah, so I don't give 2 fucks about this segment or match. so hey, if you're watching this, I hope you enjoy it, man. I really do. Moving on, next we see some footage of Travis Scott concert, and guess who shows up to pander? Triple H. He says, Travis Scott, I'm here on behalf of the WWE to present you this limited edition of the hardcore title. Travis says, alright, so when can I put this shit to the test? Triple H says, in Las Vegas on the Netflix premiere of Monday Night Raw. All you people, make sure you tune in. Like this pandering ass mother yucker right here, man. And the sad thing is that the low IQ, they're gonna see this shit and be like, oh, see, Triple H isn't racist. Look at that. He went to a rap concert and invited Travis Scott to Raw. It's like, yeah, because he's under pressure, asshole. I mean, like, people are bringing awareness to the fact of the lack of black representation on these PLEs and in the booking, all right, and how, certain wrestlers are getting booked like shit, or their booking is non-existent, all right, and they're absolutely correct in pointing that out, all right, but this asshole, he's doing this shit for optics. I see why they say that wrestling fans are the lowest common denominator, because it doesn't take much to fool them. It really doesn't. Like, all you gotta do is just really act like fucking Triple H, is into hip hop. Or I promise you, if you were to actually do it, like, hey, Triple H, name 5 Travis Scott songs off the top of the dome. He'll be like, that's too easy. There's Enter Sandman, Nothing Else Matters, Turn the Page, Master of Puppets, and my personal favorite, The 4 Horsemen. I'm stupid, but I promise you, this motherfucker does not even know who Travis Scott is. He's probably thinking to himself on stage, like, you gotta remind me of Velveteen Dream. I wonder what happened to that guy. Yeah, and the real reason they're doing this is because they're trying to overload the fuck out of that premiere on Netflix. They're trying to make it seem like, oh, we're in a boom period still. We're still selling out venues worldwide. WWE is hotter than it's ever been before. And not with those SmackDown ratings, mother yucker. Like, it was reported that they got fucking 1.234 million viewers for SmackDown last week. But that doesn't matter because they'll continue to deflect and refuse to hold accountability from their piss poor writing creative that they put on weekly. Because as long as we get banger matches with Cody Rhodes or the Bloodline or DIY, then it's all good. Fuck out of here, man. Worst era. This is the worst era in wrestling. It is 110%, man. But enough for that. Let's move on. Next, we get a mixed tag team match of Rey Mysterio and Queen Zelina, aka Zelina Vega, versus American Made, Chad Gable, and Ivy Nile. I'm just gonna fast forward to the finish, which is Rey Mysterio and Zelina hitting the keep their change, you filthy animal spot, to where Ray launches Selena up for the pop-up Hurricane Rana to Chad Gable, and they hit it perfect. Perfect down to the last minute detail. All right. Ray then hits a perfect line stall, followed by a 619 and the tadpole splash for the 1-2-3. So Ray and Selena go over, and when are they actually going to do something with Selena outside of her just dyeing her hair different colors each week and pretend like that's supposed to get her over? Or I'll wait. After the match, we see American Made, all four of them in the ring. He slaps, what was it? I think that one's Julius. Yeah, he slaps Julius. He was like, do I look like a loser? Do I look like a freaking loser? Like, yes. Yes, you do. You just fucking lost clean, my guy. That makes you an absolute loser. A jobber. That's what you are. So instead of slapping Chad, which would be the logical response, he pushes Brutus, who was laughing at his brother, but still they're pushing each other. And then like Chad was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's the energy that I want you to bring every single week. I'm like, you guys look fucking stupid. This segment was retarded, and all four of you people were jobbers, right? So we move on. We didn't see the street trash backstage in the same exact segment from last week. Finn was like, oh, hey Liv, I know you're at your hands full with Jade, Bianca, Naomi. Oh, and Io, she's coming after your title. Hey, but don't worry, I'll take the wheel this week. And then Liv was like, oh, thank you, thank God. All right. And Finn was like, oh, hey Dom, I know you're the man that single-handedly beat Damian Priest 2 weeks ago. So you're gonna go out there and wipe the floor with the War Raiders. Or they might take your heads off. I don't know. Like, hey, I believe in you, Dom. You're the man. All right. And fucking Dominic was like, hey, say less. Like, Carlito, let's go. And then Carlito was like, that's not cool. And then he walks away. Like, that's what happened here. Like, this dialogue with these people suck. I was like, I refuse to believe that that's how they talk amongst each other. And if they do, then all of them, everyone in this group is the lamest shit. Like, you want to see a good fucking Finn Balor promo, or you gotta go back to the Prince Devitt days when he was the leader of Bullet Club. When he was like, Captain New Japan? Get the fuck out of here. Alright? Or just him be like, Bullet Club is real. Like, that's... I miss Prince Devitt. It's like... They fucking ruined this dude, man. Damn. That's all that happened here, so we move on. And next we get a video package from Karrion Kross and The Miz. And I said this last week, but The Miz deserves an Academy Award, a Golden Globe, for his stellar performance last week. And Karrion Kross says TikTok. That's it. They're just talking, about what they're gonna do to the fucking the White Six, and like, I don't care, man. The White Six been cooked, and the Final Testament should be doing something else. They should be going after championship gold. Imagine this. This is crazy. A crazy concept right here of AOP going after the tag team titles. The same titles that fucking Finn and JD hardly defend. I'm just saying, the crazy concept, I know. But nah. We're gonna get Final Testament versus the White Six, two groups that we all know they don't give two fucks about. Alright, so again, what's the point? So we move on. We see the Ring General. Gunther talking to Ludwig Kaiser. Alright, he was like, I don't need you to speak for me. He then says something in German to the effect of, your father's name is so-and-so, and I never heard that name a day before in my life, and I'm not familiar with who that is. Alright, he says, so look into my eyes. Tell me that the old Ring General is still here. And Ludwig was like, of course. It's like, nothing has changed. You are still the Ring General. And then Gunther was like, listen, when I say you gotta do better, that means you need to go out there and be your own man. You need to do things by yourself. Damian Priest thinks I'm scared of him, well, the Ring General isn't scared of anybody. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, why is this dude trying to gaslight his audience into believing that we didn't see what we saw last week, which is him acting like a scared little bitch towards Damian Priest. It's like, motherfucker, like, you were shook. I mean, like, last week, you were fucking speechless, you were stumbling over your words, like, no. But now, It's because it's a different week now. We got hit with the Men in Black neutralizer. Like the Ring General isn't scared of anybody. That didn't happen last week. It wasn't canon. I got you. Makes perfect sense. We fast forward. We see Gunther. He takes his jacket off, and he's like looking to himself like, I can do this. I can do this. And lo and behold, there's Damian Priest. Just randomly sitting in the middle of the fucking building area, who chose to take this time out to work on his calligraphy. Why? I don't fucking know, man. But we see Gunther, he walks up, tries to lock in a sleeper hold. Damian fights out of it. He down low blows him. Gunther, I know in the ring you're known as a general, but out here in the streets, I'm a king. Right, and then we see Adam Pearce show up. He goes, what the fuck is this, man? And then Damian was like, don't worry, GM. And I just had a heart-to-heart with Gunther here. Then again, I think he needs some ice. Walks away. So, 2 weeks now, we see this man, the Ring General, the World Heavyweight Champion, looking like a straight-up bitch. 2 times now, man. Well, what the fuck is going on? But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because he's going over at Survivor Series. And then you have people, they say some shit like, oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about because they're booking it to where Damian Priest actually has a chance to beat Gunther at Survivor Series. And I'm like, no, he doesn't. All right? No, he doesn't. And that's the fucking problem. Right? Not with this current booking under Triple H. Boring as fuck. Alright, but I digress, so let's move on. Next, we get a match for, I believe it was for the Intercontinental Championship between Sheamus versus Braun Breaker. And this match right here was easily the match of the night, and these two men proved why you don't put 2 stars of that caliber on a random ass show like Speed. I'm just saying, like, these two went out there and they delivered. Alright, so I'll break down the match real quick. Fast forward to Braun Breaker hits the ropes and accelerates like he usually does and hits a clothesline to Sheamus. Joe Tessitore on commentary was like, how does a guy like Braun Breaker move like that, huh? Like, there's nobody faster here in the WWE than Braun Breaker. And I'm like, well, there's Nathan Frazier. I'm just saying, I think he might be faster, but he's in NXT, so who cares, right? So we move on. Sheamus hits not 1, but 2 one-arm backbreakers to Braun Breaker. And fast forward again, Braun hits the release Northern Light suplex. And fast forward, and they go to commercial break after Braun hits like that springboard clothesline to Sheamus onto the announce table. Get back from commercial break, Braun Breaker hits like a diving senton to Sheamus on the outside. And fast forward again, Sheamus hits the tilt-a-whirl slam followed by the 10 beats of the Bowen to Braun Breaker. Fast forward, Braun hits the kind of like a back suplex backstabber, like one of his best moves in his arsenal. I love that move. Fast forward, Sheamus hits the avalanche white noise for a 2 count. Fast forward, see Braun Breaker, he pops up, hits the snap Frankensteiner to Sheamus. Alright, the crowd was going crazy, like ooh, 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 ooh. Alright, goes for spear, and this was the spot of the match. Easily. Alright, but he runs to the bicycle knee from Sheamus when he's trying to do the spear. And the way he sold it, like, that should have been the finish of the match right there, because the crowd popped. You're like, oh, like, the crowd was into this match. Alright, but he gets a 2 count. And fast forward, Sheamus tries to go for the bro kick, but he runs into a spear. He rolls to the outside. You see Braun, he tries to go for that super duper spear that when he runs around the fucking the ring and like usually spears the person through the barricade, but he runs into a clothesline from Ludwig Kaiser. He then hits his finisher, the square hammer to Braun Breaker. He then hits that little running shotgun drop kick into the steel steps of Sheamus, and he was like, "How do you like that, huh? How do you like that?" And I did some research, because I was curious to what Gunther was talking about earlier. But that name that he mentioned was his father, Axel Dieter, who apparently was a very successful wrestler in Germany. So come to find out, Ludwig is a 2nd generation wrestler. You learn something new every day. So And I also learned that he named one of his finishers after his pops too, which I haven't seen him do here in WWE. Maybe he did NXT, I don't fucking know. But yeah, regardless, big ups to Kaiser. You know, I like him, and I think there's potential in him, at least in the mid card. Like, I don't see him being a world champion, but at the same time, I'm like, they put the fucking belt on guys like fucking Cody Perez and fucking Gunther. I'm like, why the fuck not? I mean, if you're me, again, I said this before, I would have chose fucking Ludwig Kaiser to elevate and put the fucking belt on. I'm just saying, but that's all that happened here in this match, so we move on. Next, we see main event, Jey Uso, Sammy Uso, and Jimmy, who was born in King, no Yeet Uso. They were talking to Seth freaking Rollins backstage. Jay was like, hey, listen, Uso, like, we need you at War Games, all right? And look, I know there's tension between you and Roman. Like, hell, there's tension right now. There's tension between me and Jimmy. There's tension between Jimmy and Sammy. But, like, fuck all that, all right? We need to come together as a collective to beat the Bloodline, man. We need you just one time, Uso. All right, and Sammy was like, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you did it last year. You know, you put your differences aside and you joined us at War Games and we won. Like, hell, you cucked yourself for Cody Rhodes this year. I mean, come on, we're just asking you to do it just one more time, man. Seth was like, listen, Oos, like, I would go to war with you, Jay, or Jimmy any day of the week. All right, but I refuse under no circumstances am I ever tag teaming again with Roman Reigns. And it hurts me deep inside for several fucking reasons as to why I can't. But I refuse to. I'm not doing it. So at War Games next week, good luck, because I'm out. He walks away. Jimmy says, no yeet, and then that's it. And let me tell you why Seth freaking Rollins can never ever be trusted, because this man is a liar. That was a flat out lie last week and this week, because it's already been leaked. People kept talking about it. It's gonna be a 5-on-5 bullshit War Games, and he added fucking the top dog, Big Bronson Reed, to the Timu bloodline because he looks Samoan, and he added Rollins because he had to give something for Rollins to do. All right, we need Seth Rollins on the BLE. Why don't we just add him to War Games? Because no one wanted to see that, you non-creative, big-nosed asshole. I'm like, God, I just, this dude sucks. like, how is he the fucking head of creative still, man? It boggles my mind. I don't understand it, man. It eludes my comprehension. All right, and Seth Rollins looks like a complete liar. So he says he can't fucking team up with Roman Reigns, but come next week, he's gonna be teaming up with Roman Reigns. So therefore, anything that this man says, you can't trust it. All right, gotta take it with a grain of salt. All right, that's all that happened here, so we move on. Next, we get a video package for Dakota Kai, aka King Coda, and she was just talking about, you know, how the Pure Fusion collective of jobbers, or as I like to call them, the stud line. Yeah, look at these studs. She was talking about how they put her on a shelf for 4 months, and that, you know, all this time that she was worried that people will forget her, and she felt insecure about it. And she is correct. People don't care. They fucking don't. All right. Now, the only problem with this video package is she could have did the same effect, or had a greater effect, if she went out there live and cut that same promo. Like, this is what they do when creative has nothing for them. All right, but I mean, all I'm saying is like she just couldn't went out there and cut like a 2-minute promo, because what, that fucking little video segment was like not even 2 minutes. I'm just saying, but what do I know? So we move on. Get a match between the Viking, the War Raiders versus Dominic Mysterio and Carlito. All right, this match doesn't matter because it's predictable. Just gonna fast forward to the finish, which is the War Raiders hitting their tag team finisher. I don't even know what it's called. The wheelbarrow suplex from off the springboard clothesline from Ivar to a Carlito for the 1, 2, 3. So War Raiders go over. They get attacked by Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Finn hits the coup de grace, and then that's it. So I mean, like, hopefully War Raiders win, because like Finn and JD ain't doing jack shit with the tag team belts. Not a fucking thing. So you might as well put them on a legit tag team. So we move on. Next, we get a video package from the White Six, and it looks like The Miz is being tortured again, even worse this time. Then Bo, aka Uncle Howdy, was saying some shit like fucking, like, oh, I didn't have a choice, or he made me do it, or something like that. I'm just looking, I'm like, yo, they're really trying to turn this dude into Bray Wyatt. I'm like, first and foremost, there's only one Bray Wyatt. Unfortunately, he passed away last year. It sucks. It really fucking does. Alright, but that doesn't mean I want to see Bo take his place and become like a copycat version of him. Where you could honor Bray Wyatt through Bo Dallas, but let him put his own spin to it. And like, you don't have to make it seem like he's turning into Bray Wyatt. You know what I mean? I want to see him do his own shit, make it be unique. You know, I don't want to see him like have the same look, the same aesthetic that Bray Wyatt had, and that's what they're going for, and I don't like it. I don't like this shit one bit. I really fucking don't, man. So we move on, and then we get another video package for Lyra Valkyria. I'm looking at this shit, I'm like, why? Why is she getting a video package? Like, has she been gone? You know, like did I miss something? Again, you couldn't have her go out there and just kind of fucking promo on Raw. Is that too much? You ain't got the time slot for it? Okay, I got you. And I'm watching these, like, because they're coming, you know, they're going to introduce this Women's Intercontinental Championship at some point. I'm looking at these vignettes or segments, right? And I'm thinking, like, are they going to put the title on either of these two? Which, in my opinion, would be a huge mistake. The new Women's Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria, or Dakota Kai. Come on, man. I don't want to see that. I really don't. I don't want to see that shit, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the route they're going to go. But that's all that happened here, so we move on. Next, we see Kofi Kingston from New Day. Was talking with Alpha Academy. Maxine was like, hey, you got the big 10-year anniversary coming up, you know, how things with Xavier. And then guess who shows up 2 seconds later? Xavier Woods. It's like, bro, if you're that close, you should have just been there since the beginning, but what do I know? But Xavier's like, listen, man, it's just crazy. You know, this past few weeks, you know, we've been, you know, clashing, butting heads. You know, after 10 years of, like, no problems, no issues. You know, we're the most decorated tag team here in WWE. And I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. It's just, I can't get what Karrion Kross said to me out of my head. Kofi was like, man, Karrion Kross? He's like, come on, man, why you still listening? Why you feeding into that nonsense, man? And then Xavier's like, man, he said that the New Day is dead. And that we're going to it, I can't see it. And then Otis was like, whoa, hey, guys. We're all friends here. And then Xavier's like, man, who the like he said, who the fuck are you, man? Shut the fuck up. I know why I was talking to you, man. You're not part of the New Day. Mind your business. Matter of fact, no wonder Chad Gable left your sorry asses. So how about next week? New Day versus Alpha Academy. We whip your two jobber asses, and then we get back on track to winning the tag team titles. And Xavier heads out. Kofi was like, man, what the fuck was that? It's like, because he was saying like, why are you so combative? Why is he against everything I have to say? So we're getting Alpha Academy versus New Day next week. All right, that's all that happened. So we move on to the main event, and that's between the top dog, Big Bronson Reed, versus I am a visionary. I am a revolutionary. I am Seth freaking Rollins, right? And like, I'm just gonna fast forward, like, the Timu bloodline gets involved, and then we see Jimmy, who was born a king, no Yi Uso, main event Jey Uso, Yi Uso, and then Sammy Uso. They come out, they're all fighting, you know, ringside or whatever. Fast forward, Rollins hits the pedigree, gets a 2 count, hits a curb stomp, and I think he was gonna go for like a Phoenix Splash or another Frog Splash, I don't know. Then we see the leader, the fake tribal chief, right? The Alibaba tribal chief, from Wish.com, and that's Sol Sikoa, right? Causes a distraction. He was standing on top of the announce table. You know, Rollins' dumbass gets distracted. Reed takes advantage, hits the DVD into the tsunami for the 1, 2, 3. So they're telling the story that Bronson can't get a clean win over Rollins. So it's like, what the fuck was him squashing these people left and right for weeks if he can't even beat Seth Rollins on his own? So we see Solo and Reed celebrating after the match, and this is your War Games. Fucking the Bloodline from Wish.com versus Roman Reigns, Jimmy, Jay, Sammy, and Seth freaking Rollins. So all that shit talking about like, oh, I can never ever be in a tag team with Roman again. Lies. Just delusions. It's just flat out lies. All right. That is it for this week's Raw. So let me know how you guys felt in the comment section, or if you even care. And if you don't, I don't blame you. Not one bit. This shit's bullets, shite, shit, feces, manure, you name it. This shit sucks. All right. But I love it. Hate it. Comment, subscribe to the channel. It's all the same to me. I just want to see the engagement and the feedback from you guys. As far as the next video, I'm going to be doing the, speaking of War Games, I'm going to be doing a video talking about how I missed the old Survivor Series. Right? And how they need to bring that back. So that will be my next video. Alright? And I know we got fucking AEW, TNA, and that fucking Full Gear is this weekend as well. So I'm trying to make some time to knock out one of the pay-per-views from like either Mari Gold, New Japan. Like I still gotta do that Maple Leaf reaction. I still haven't watched this shit, man. And I said this before. It's like, man, I don't feel like watching all this shit, man. I gotta be in the mood. You know what I mean? Like I haven't even watched the McMahon documentary yet. Like it's just like I see it and I'm just like, yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. Like along with fucking like other shows like fucking NWA or GCW or DPW. This is MLW. There's so much shit, man. It really is. But I wish enough for your guys' time. So that said, be safe, be blessed, take care of yourself, protect you and yours, your loved ones. This shit's crazy out here. I'm always seeing some fucked up ass news. You know, just protect yourself, man. Well, watch how you move, the company you keep, all that shit, right? But most importantly, trust in God. I'm out of here. Till next time, adios.